Meantime, the United States and Israel are condemning France's plan to formally recognize Palestinian statehood. French President Emmanuel Macron making that announcement, saying he plans to make it official at the UN General Assembly in September. Crystal Gomansing is following this story for us from London. And Crystal, let's talk about the timing of this.
Well, Chris, it isn't the first time that the French president has said that he would be moving forward with this. He has said it before, and it is consistent with a number of countries supporting the two-state solution. And I want to share with you a bit of the post that French President Emmanuel Macron issued yesterday, in addition to a letter to the president of the Palestinian Authority. If we can put up the tweet from Macron, it kind of goes over the situation, saying it is consistent with the historic commitment to a just and lasting peace in the Middle East, saying that I have decided that France will recognize the state of Palestine. Now, if Macron does that at the UN General Assembly come September, it would make France the first G7 nation to do so, although there have been more than 100 countries who have recognized Palestinian statehood to this point. But it comes in the bigger context of what is happening right now. And that is a number of nations, including Canada, the UK, France, Italy, Germany, all coming out and saying the situation on the ground right now when it comes to the humanitarian situation, the lack of food, the lack of clean water is deteriorating to the point that it needs to be addressed now. And it appears, based on what happened yesterday with the ceasefire and hostage release negotiation collapsing, that something else needs to be done. And so this could be seen as a diplomatic move by France to try to bring everyone back to the table and say, well, maybe this is how we can move forward with the situation. So at this point, we do know that France is saying it's prepared to react, to issue a declaration of statehood come September, and maybe that will bring people to the table to have more discussions. It is creating a lot of talk right now, Chris.
Yeah, it's creating so much talk. So let's walk through some of that reaction that we're seeing this morning, Crystal.
Well, let's start automatically. We saw a very initial reaction from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who said that this is just basically rewarding terrorism. We also saw a very strong response from U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who put a message up on X saying that this is a reckless decision that only serves Hamas's propaganda and sets back peace. It is a slap in the face to the victims of October 7th. That coming from U.S. Secretary Marco Rubio. Now, we are also getting some reaction from the UK. We do know that after that declaration, that announcement of a future declaration was made by the French president yesterday, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer came out saying that, listen, that ceasefire is the path to statehood for Palestinian people, but the priority right now for the UK is addressing that very serious humanitarian situation that we see unfolding. And that's what we're hearing today from a number of government officials as well. Take a listen.
So it is a manifesto commitment of this government that we want to establish statehood for Palestine. It needs to happen in a way that will be empowering and deliver the long-term peace and stability that Palestine needs. Sovereignty exists for a reason. And we need to make sure that that sovereignty can be exercised at the moment of attaining statehood. That is our purpose.
Now, there will be a call today between the UK Prime Minister as well as the French President and Germany. There will be some discussions, obviously, about this declaration. But we're also, Chris, hearing from the Italian Foreign Minister. He is saying that Italy is not prepared at this point to make any sort of declaration, but clearly states that a Palestinian state must first recognize in conjunction with it being recognized, but also the recognition of Israel's right to exist. Italy's foreign minister saying that it is not interested in victory for one side over the other, but is looking for overall peace. Chris?
Crystal Gomansing in London. Thank you, Crystal.
Welcome.